Why would I propose things like that? Because this is exclusory, and art's not supposed to be exclusory. And it appears like they're sharing, but these are specific people paid to be there, and specific people signed up with these particular art galleries, mostly gay, and so it's an exclusory condition. So the cell phone, at least in the case of the MAVE system, has that opportunity because you already have that existing, and with your gallery of photos and videos, so making it a little more formalized or periodically formalized, referencing what to type into the search menu, because there could be amazing things, but when I scroll down in the viewing of it, the disc must be older or slow to show things far down in the post. So if the search engine worked and you knew what to search for, through a catalog like this periodically issued, and it's in PDF, and you can download it and then search for the larger image, it can really work for making international art catalog. And of course, this is about buying, and it could be extended to me auction. You could have a way to auction the work either on eBay or on eBay, or I've done some work like this, a little more arty. This is a little more picturesque, but a little more arty. Some books on Amazon. This is a popular type image, kind of like big stones and caverns, the longhorn, the Indian, although I haven't seen people look like that. It probably exists. It's African Indian, and I suppose there's some Native Americans that do that. This is closer to the 60s artwork, when using colors and with a knife or drippings and striations, but mostly it's gone, for good or bad. This is popular kind of Mexican artist or Spanish American artist that does things like that, kind of like a very strong geometric image of a clown or something. Showed some kids doing some schoolwork in this thing called Art Smart. But in that, you can see some kind of like, the kid obviously didn't make that, they just painted it. The kid didn't exactly make that, they just painted it or put some parts together. So the kids are being like privileged by formal, what Plato called ideas. So they're actually not getting to think. They're just applying something, so it snows there. There's applying things to someone else's artwork. I'm not sure if that's like good education. Of course, that gives the opportunity. Well, that's a pretty good image of Albuquerque, shot from something called the Blue Hotel, which is in what they call it, downtown South. And this is Central Avenue here, Route 66. But it doesn't look like that. You never see that image. And it's not a bustling art center, but could it be probably not enough density of buyers to support. They usually go out of business. There's 2 that haven't gone out of business. And this is an image of the Balloon Festival headquarters at this. It's a casino on the Sandia Reservation. That's the Indian reservation. And this is supposed to be David Bowie. I don't know. I did some images that look like that in some of my books. A little more arty. I mean, it just feels like art. That feels like picture. And there's picture. That's Corrales. That's the Rio Grande. It kind of looks like that if you get away from the bike path. There's a bike path over here and over here that you can ride into there, but it's pretty far. And it's dangerous. Snakes and people. Supposedly bears exist. I haven't seen any. You don't usually want to see bears that like snakes. If they see you, then they follow you. But it seems generally that's true of most animals. But there's images like that. I suppose you would see that in Santa Fe, and as you go towards Arizona, or White Cap Mountains. You have to be above 13,000 feet to maintain White Cap. And in the summertime, it's not visible. The sun's too bright. But I think it's up there. These are where you can visit the artist days. I've been to one of these. They call it the Art Walk. It was interesting to meet the artists, but not having any money, they all interesting. They kind of like their tongues are hanging out like a wolf, ready to eat. Yeah. And then they give a list of artists that, of course, you can kind of gather from looking at that. Maybe that's important to look at nationalities and as they put it, race, gens. It's really in a category. That's amazing. It's further amazing that they're so well funded. And when you recognize they're of a certain genre of people. I mean, this is the United States of America. It's supposed to be like a melting pot of all different nationalities and people. And here we are looking at something that's, what do you call that, stilted. Well, we're only on A and this is C, so probably don't need to see them all, but give you a glance here. And remember, this is a country that has a Holocaust memorial that was built by I.M. Pei and Paycom Fried is the name of the firm. Pei is dead now, I think. Or they have listed as being 102 years old in Switzerland. But I was in architecture school when that was built. And then when in architecture school, they stole work off my desk and built it in the Paycom Fried office's name and other offices' names. And so I filed a claim with our nation's Justice Department. And they asked for me to submit evidence, so I did. And then they built other parts of the building design that hadn't been built yet. It was like I had a gigantic model and drawings of this particular building that got built in Saudi Arabia. It's called Kingdom Hall. And these big arches and a towering glass building with a prism on top was built in as a mall in Saudi Arabia. The prism originally carved the ground plane and created these massive earthen mounds. Well, inside there was a museum and an assembly hall. And the assembly hall was monolithic stone, and I could pull it out of the model. And so I pulled it out and took a picture of it. And they built that for their courthouse in downtown Boston on the water. Peacock Freed with the people who asked me to submit the evidence. Can you imagine being in a nation? This is a Conchetta di Gallery. That's one of the two galleries. And I actually asked if they wanted the space in my work, and they said no. But actually, she's the wife of my dentist when I was a kid. They moved here. He's dead, of course, but. And here's some of his artwork. See my teeth. He capped his tooth after a dodgeball game. I wrote the tooth. I never afforded to have it fixed. See it right there. Artwork. And those who can afford it.